Hey, party people, let's talk about the Zen facade and why it's exhausting and total BS. Today, we're going to talk about how you can be powerful and not perfect, and how you can lead with authenticity even when life is a little messy. Today, I'm going to expose the truth that just because you're a wellness pro doesn't automatically make you well. There's this bar set as though we should be the perfection of Zen, and that's just total BS. So, today I'm going to break down why it's okay to be a wellness pro and still struggle with your wellness and your stress from time to time. Totally okay. I'm also going to give you some steps to come back into alignment so you can lead with that authenticity and that groundedness that will propel you and connect you with your students even more. Stick around also because I'm going to lead you through a guided meditation that's going to help you do just that, get you back in alignment so that you can move forward teaching and leading the way that you want to. And if you've never done meditation or you've done it in the past and you're like, that's a flop, just put all that aside because all you have to do is listen to my voice and close your eyes. It's guided. There's really nothing to it. Okay. So we're giving up the excuse that we don't want to meditate. All right. All right. So I'm Jennifer Sack. I am a women's online wellness mentor, and I work with wellness pros who really need to just kind of do their own work again. They've gotten off track a little bit. They know all the tools. They know what to do. They just haven't really put that back in the. They haven't had that in the front of their mind for a while. It got on the back burner. They've gotten a little off kilter. So what I do is I help you get back on track, grounded, balanced, in charge of your well-being, so you can teach and lead like a boss who walks the walk instead of contributing to this very Zen facade that I am speaking about. If you're watching this in my Stress Loop Rewire community live, thank you so much for being here. If you know anybody who could benefit from being in our group, get them in there, invite them, send them to my Facebook page, jennifersack.com. They can click the link in the banner so that they can get in there. It's more fun when your friends are in there. So do that. If you're watching this out here on YouTube land or wherever, because I've shared this resource, hey, get in my group. Find me out there. If you think it's something that would benefit you, I'd love to have you in that space. All right, so moving on, let's talk about how the very thing, the reason why, let's talk about the reason why you see all these Instagram photos of all these like wellness pros or yoga instructors or what have you, all these people just preaching and practicing this zened out state. And you roll your eyes, and it's because a couple things. It could be that you wish that were you and you're a little jealous, a little resentful because deep down, that's not your experience. Or you might be rolling your eyes because you're like, yeah, I highly doubt that's your experience either. Or maybe you even know them. Have you ever done that? You know somebody personally, and you're like, you are not all that zen and all that like lounging around perfectly peaceful. I know you. You're a freaking mess. So funny. So this happens. This is this common misconception that wellness pros have it all together, that they're just basking in the light of day. They're just greeting each other with namaste and gestures of gratitude. They're just embracing every moment as divine. It's ridiculous. Okay. We do the same thing. We yell at our kids sometimes. We get upset over our spilled $6 matcha latte. We are sometimes secretly chuckling at the misfortune of others. We're not pure. We're not perfect. Okay. And we know it. Then maybe we're a little more self-aware because of the field we're in. There's this misconception that we're above all that, that we are high vibrational demigoddesses and just we would never falter in that way. And everybody kind of puts you on this pedestal, and it's BS. It's BS because we're totally human. So I am going to blow the spot on that today. Fakers, you know who you are. If you're contributing to that Zen facade and you're always going to be a little bit in the background, concerned that they might find you out because you're faking it. So we're going to talk about how it's okay. It's okay to be real. I'm also going to give you some grace to those wellness pros who are out there and leading, just experiencing their humanness at the same time and allowing that. And I want to give you some solutions of how you can kind of get back on track, move back into alignment, make sure that you're not contributing to this Zen facade being real, right? And I really do want you to stay with me till the end so that you can get some practice in one of the key points that I give you with that guided meditation. Okay. It's going to help get you back on track and leading from that authentic and embodied space. All right. So I have a funny story. I was recently coming home from Palm Springs. I went on a little birthday vacation, real short, long weekend thing. And there's this gal next to me, and she was just coming home from a quick little retreat vacation to Joshua Tree. And she got to talking with me, and it was great to hear that she was coming from a retreat. I loved that. I shared, I had been teaching yoga and meditation for over a decade, yada, yada. And you could just see the look in her eye, like, oh my gosh. And I could tell, I chuckled like immediately inwardly because I could tell she was putting me on this pedestal. And I thought, oh dear, no. She had just come from this amazing retreat where she was around other leaders and yoga instructors and all the things, and she probably put them on a pedestal, and she was now projecting that onto me. And I had to tell her at one point, oh, it's really nothing, like you could do it too. And she, oh no, I could never, I couldn't do that. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, we're really no different here. Here she is, flying home. She's ordering a drink. Now, I don't drink, but I get it. She's ordering this drink to probably soak up the last moments of peace before she goes home to her four kids that I learned about in our conversation. She's journaling probably all these great, amazing insights that she had gathered on the retreat that she didn't want to lose when she got home back in the middle of the chaos. It was all the same things. I could relate to all that. She had gone on the retreat just to get some reprieve from life, to reset. And I'm thinking, yeah, that's kind of me here too. I'm reading this amazing fiction novel. I'm basically, because my reading has gotten off track, and when I do read, it's like personal development, which I love. But like, when do you just like pick up a good fiction novel and just enjoy the juiciness of that? So I was doing the same thing, like soaking up that. I was on a vacation because I needed to reset myself. I did a digital detox while I was there, and it was fabulous. And I was also trying to stuff down the thoughts that in mere hours I'd be getting up for my 9 to 5. So here we are, very similar people. And yet she is putting me on this pedestal just because I am in the wellness field. And I just feel for all of you wellness pros because you go through this. People think just because you have an expertise in this arena, that you teach and lead others, that you have just the tools at your fingertips, that you yourself must be some sort of goddess out there just basking in the zen light of everything. And we know better than that. We really do. And although we have tools that help us and often do find ourselves in great spaces, we are subject to all the same stressors out there as everyone else. So, yes, maybe we do get back in alignment a little easier. Maybe we do rest in the solace of knowing that we have tools to do so, but it doesn't make us anything greater. It doesn't make us not subject, like I said, to the same circumstances and falling backwards, getting stressed out, needing to reset our nervous system. We're right there with them. Most times we need a heavy dose of our own medicine. Okay. So that's okay. I want to just put that out there. It's totally okay. Now, if you want some instant relief, I would encourage you to pop into the comments or into my description here. You're going to have a link to my 15-minute free audio called Yes, This Too. It's a great way to just sink in, a quick snippet to allow you to drop resistance, sink into the moment as it is, and just allow things to be instead of fighting, resisting, and caging up all of those emotions. All right, beyond that, I want to give you 3 key points of why it's okay to be a wellness pro and still experiencing a ton of stress. Like I said before, number 1, you're human. Okay, so getting certified in a modality doesn't make you no longer subject to life and the stressors and all of the things that come along with that. So you need to stop putting yourself on a pedestal. You need to stop thinking that you should have it all together, that I should be feeling like this, I should have reacted in this way. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't self reflect and refine and retune everything all the time, but what I am saying is you need to give yourself some grace and accept the fact that you're human and it's okay. Being human is just going to allow being human like you have another choice. Accepting your humanness, let's put it that way, is just going to allow you to relate better to your clients. But if you resist that, if you judge yourself, you're going to end up feeling inadequate. You're going to doubt yourself. You're going to feel like an imposter who's going to get found out for being a hot stress mess while leading others in wellness. So it's really important that you just like embrace your humanness totally. So, key point number 2, why it's okay to be a wellness pro and still experiencing a ton of stress is that you're allowed. This is one of my favorite quotes, actually, from Sophia Bush. You're allowed to be both a masterpiece and a work in progress at the same time. Okay, nobody's expecting perfect out of you. And if they are, they need to get a freaking clue. That's not okay. All right. You're allowed to have your experiences. You're allowed to falter and still be growing while leading others. And sharing those experiences, sharing that messy middle with them is going to allow them to relate to you. Because here's the thing, you do have the tools. And so you have this expertise in how to mitigate all these things. And that's what you're sharing with them. Like, hey, this happened. I like biffed it, went off the handle, or I got depressed, my energy faltered. And this is what I did to realign. And when you can show them that, hey, this is what happens, it happens to all of us, this is how we can get back on track, and this is what I do, then they're going to relate to you. It's going to be building trust between you and them. So, this is really a great thing for you to show them. Same, that kind of leads me right into number 3, why it's okay to be a wellness pro and totally experiencing a ton of stress, because this is the opportunity. It's giving you the opportunity, life is giving you the opportunity to practice your wellness, to practice the things that you preach, to totally embody it. You can't just think that you can get healed and then be well forever. Like you have some great, amazing experience doing a wellness type of modality, whatever it is, you loved it, you had such a transformation that you're like, gosh, I'm going to teach other people this, I'm going to get certified, or I'm going to college for this, whatever it is that you're doing. And then you think that you should forever from that moment on be healed and you're just going to help other people. There's no magic pill. There is no one and done. Life is always in flux. So is your energy, and so is everything you're going through. So, your wellness practice has to be a continual and sustained one if you want to experience wellness ongoing. Okay, so this is something that you're going to be sharing with your audience. So, love up all the things that are happening in your life because you're like, thank you. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to practice the things I know so that I can go out and share that with others and how it helped me and how it can help them and how I know this so deeply because I do it. So that's why it's totally okay to be a wellness pro and still experiencing a ton of stress. Well, let's talk about key points for getting back on track if you've faltered a little bit, if you've like I said, your wellness like fell to the back end of things. It's not really at the forefront of your mind because you're doing so many other things or you've gotten so far from it. Um, Simple ways to get back on track here. One is to reconnect to the origin of all of this. Like, why did you get into wellness in the first place? What is your story? Why did you want to help others? So something probably happened along the way where you were completely off and you needed to realign, you needed to rewire your nervous system. You were in this darker space. Something happened. And then you had this transformation and you thought, God, I never want to feel like that again. And I want to help other people so they don't either. Like there's probably something in there that happened to you. What is your origin? What is your why? What is your story? If you can reconnect to that, then you're going to inch your way back into getting well again because you're going to remember why you wanted this in the first place, right? So another reason or a way key point you can get back on track is to remember your core values. And if you've never even looked at your core values, a great time to do that. So your core values are like your guiding force, your north star. Now, these can be different personal life versus business life. So you might have your personal core values and how you relate to your friends, your family, your life in general. And then you could have your business core values and how you lead. What is the standards that you're setting for you in your business? I do think that you should look at them separately, and they might have a lot of ones that align, but there's usually a tweak or two that's different between the two. And take some time with this. Like, this is something, one, that doesn't have to be done and then set in stone. That's going to be malleable and change throughout time. But there is a ton of resources out on the web. You can just like Google core value worksheets and you're going to find a ton that list all these core values, and you can start to look through and say, like, what really aligns with me? Don't think about what you should be putting down there, but what really sparks your heart, and just choose a few overarching ones. We can get a little crazy. It's like, well, yeah, that, and that's important to me, and that, and that. Narrow it down, find a few in each arena of personal or business life. And that's going to help you. Anytime your energy drains or you get a little wayward, you're going to be able to connect to the core values and come right back to that space of like, yeah, okay, I get this is the purpose. This is my guiding light for all of this. And it's important for me to be well so that I can help others. Okay. So, third key point of how you can kind of get back on track with that is to embody embody your wellness practice. That means you're doing it. You're not just giving lip service. So, are you practicing your practice, whatever it is, your modalities? Are you creating space for self-reflection and alignment? Are you setting boundaries? And now this doesn't mean that every day you have to wake up and do your thing. Like this morning, so normally I'll meditate every day. It's just like what I do. I have done it for years. This morning I didn't, and I had a impulse to work on something because I had some ideas going and I wanted to capture them. I felt like energy towards it. I was excited, so I sat down and I worked on that instead. The world is not going to fall apart. I'm not an imposter because I didn't get up and do my practice. So you can't be rigid with yourself and be like, well, if I don't do this every day or I'm not constantly doing this, I'm an imposter. I'm contributing to the Zen facade. I'm giving lip service. No. What it means is that you know and you do practice ways to not only in the moment how you deal with things, to how you react and respond, but how you can do things ongoing to prevent stress from taking over your life. And then on the flip side, when it sometimes happens and you fall off and you've really gone to the dark space, you know how to pull yourself back out and you do those things. Okay. So, wellness and embodying it doesn't mean you have some strict regime. And if you don't do it for a day or two, you are a fraud. It just means that you are using your tools, to prevent in the moment and also as a post effect sometimes when you need to put yourself back into alignment. It just means that you are embodying and being living proof of your practices instead of just in this conceptual cognitive area of like what to do. You're doing it. And that just helps you to help others because you can answer all the questions, you can relate to them on how sometimes it's difficult and sometimes we flop on it. And if you want an incredible resource, I created a free resource that's going to help you with just this thing, aligning your teachings with your life. It's great. It's got a checklist and all sorts of information to self assess so you can spot some areas of weakness where you're maybe a little misaligned and give some attention to those areas and bring yourself back into embodying your practice and you're leading others in wellness. So, check out the description or the comments and find that link for that resource. It's going to be an amazing one for you for that very purpose. All right, so let's dive into that guided meditation. Stick with me because what this one is going to do is just prime the pump a little bit for getting aligned with core values, just thinking about core values. And if you already know your core values, be open to seeing if there's something else swimming around that maybe could be added or replace another one. Maybe it's more important right now. This is going to be more for the personal side, but I very highly encourage you now to then take that when we walk away, get that resource that I'm providing you, and sit and think about your business core values so that you can really start to embody that authentic leadership. Okay, so at this point, for the meditation, I just want you to close your eyes. And if that makes you totally uncomfortable, just take a low gaze so that your eyelids are partially closed, eyelids relaxed. And I want you to relax all the muscles around your eyes. Relax your jaw and soften your shoulders down. Just breathe in and out through your nose if you can. And then drop your awareness down into the lower ribs, feeling the expansion as you inhale and the contraction as you exhale. And soften your belly. And then just bring your awareness up into your heart space, just resting, nestling in there. Today, it's all about gaining clarity on your core values so that you're not spending time on something that someone else thinks is meaningful. Not spending time on activities that don't align with what you ultimately value at this time in your life. Breath is slow and steady. And just allow the sounds of life to come in and out, just like your thoughts. Let them pass by. It's time to check in and honor what is really, and I mean really, important to you. And just observe what comes up right into your heart space. If you feel it there, or something in your mind's eye. Those things that you have been spending your energy on. And as you do this, notice, are those activities what really matter most to you? And just notice the different thoughts and feelings, sensations in the body that come up. And as you sit with all of this information presenting itself, ask, what does matter most to me? And again, observe all those things you've been doing. Bypass all that unconstructive self talk. Just let it all pass by. We're not judging ourselves, we're just assessing. And when you are ready, just imagine that your mind is like a clear blue sky. Where you can take this time to reflect and to reestablish what is most important to you. Staying in your heart, focused on your chest, feeling the breath rise. Pay a little more attention to your exhales now, slowing them down a bit. Now you become very aware of a beautiful blue sky. Your breath becomes rhythmic and soothing. And you find yourself slowing down just enough to focus on your ideals, able to connect with the core essence of who you are and what you value. And how your values re inspire you over and over. They fuel your passion, they guide your priorities. And as I say a few of the commonly held values, your own internal standards will come forth and provide you with your deepest held beliefs and values. So, as I say these words, breathe them in and out and allow their meaning to be revealed to you. You may even find yourself inspired to focus on one or something else entirely different, which means something to you today. Maybe even something comes out of the clear blue sky specific to what your needs currently are. So, for the rest of this meditation, just enjoy discovering your core values. As I repeat each word, just connect with the meaning, connect with the importance it has for you today, breathing it in and out. And just wondering, what if honoring just a few of these core values were integrated into making new priorities? What might change? Relax your shoulders, soften your face. Take a deep breath in and out. Staying in the heart space. Feeling the chest rise and fall with each breath. And as you hear these words silently, repeat them to yourself until you notice which one or two, maybe three, really resonates with you. Freedom, happiness, mastery, truth, creativity, growth, compassion, kindness, connectedness, success, humor, inspiration, justice, peace, joy, learning, love, and simply noticing which of these values or other ones that came to mind resonate with you today. And just repeat those to yourself a few times, allowing its meaning to reveal itself to you and why it means so much to you today. Bring those words or that word into your heart and just establish a commitment to that today. You're going to honor this value. Take a deep breath in through the nose, hold at the top of that breath, and then allow the breath to cascade out. And do it one more time. Deep breath in, hold, and then let that all go. Taking with you what is most meaningful, anchoring it in. And as you open your eyes, I do encourage you to capture that somewhere, whether in a voice note memo thing on your phone, on paper, in your journal. We do soon forget the things that come up in our meditations, and it's always a great idea to capture them. So I hope you enjoyed that exercise and sort of just thinking about what your core values, what's important to you right now is. Take that next level. Go out there, find one of those worksheets online that lists them all. There's a lot listed on each worksheet. So take your time with it and self assess for yourself what is most important with your business, too. Okay. How do you want to lead? What are your standards? Okay. And then I would love to have you hop into my Stress Loop Rewire group if you're not already a part of it. So find me on social media. I'm out there, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Jennifer Sack. Just find me out there. I'll get you in there. There is a banner on my personal Facebook page. You can click there and get yourself loaded into the group. And beyond that, if you want to be one of the first to get my new Rewire for Calm workshop that's about to come out, as well as my 7-day energy reset resource, it's going to be amazing. I'm so excited for it. DM me because I'll get you on the list to be one of the first to experience those. Otherwise, I'd love for you to stay connected on any of the platforms and feel free to email me anytime info@jennifersack.com. Grab that audio that's in the link, grab that resource, that worksheet to realign your life with your teachings, work your way through it. It's going to be a great exercise for you. And just stay connected. Thank you so much for being here. Keep being awesome out there, guys. And remember, just because you're a wellness pro doesn't mean you need to be perfectly zen. Be human, embrace it. Embrace everything life has to give you as an opportunity to practice your wellness and then go out there and share your tools and your experience with those that you're leading. All right, guys, until next time. See ya.